YouTube, welcome back to Wtf Rc Cars. So we got a lighting kit for the Dragon Hammer V2, which comes with a bucket load of cable ties, and we've got one long wiring harness, really long wiring harness, for the top three lights. We've got a rear light, two pods for front, three for the top, and I believe this is a channel switch for it, so you can turn the lights on or off. And then we've got another wire harness for the front two pod lights. So first thing we're going to have to do is remove this from the top, because we have to screw the light bar to it, and I want to put a hole in this and the top of the car just to bring the cables through tidy, so it's not running around the edge of this here. I don't want it running around outside of that. So to remove that, it's just them two screws. So we'll get that took off and then see what we can do about mounting it. So this is the rear brake light, well, rear light, and you just put one screw through either end. So what I'm going to do is cut a nice little channel in that end, just so I can tuck the cable in and then bring it into the hollow, just slightly in from the left, and then try and line that up and put a hole through the top of the body shell at car, just to bring this cable through nice and neat. So we'll get the screws put into that, and then get the little slot cut there to keep the cable all tidy. Alright, so that's what the light bar looks like mounted. They're the screws it comes supplied with, and I've just cut a little slot out of there to bring the wire through so it don't get pinched, and just put a hole so it can come down nice and neat to the inside, so we don't have wires trailing around. So we'll get that screwed on and then move on to the dome lights at the front. Right, so just quickly, you can see where the hole is, where I'm going to bring this through, and then probably tie wrap it to one of these. And it is nice that they all come with connectors, so it would make it nice and easy to strip it down if you needed to take the cage apart. Right, let's get on with these ones. So the next thing we're going to do, just because it's easier to do it, I'm going to take these off from front. So I'm going to get all them three removed. So that's the three dome lights removed from the front. Then you've got four little screws on the back. I believe these are all the same, 2.5mm. So we're now going to take all three backs off, and then we're going to fit these inside, and then bring the little connector out through the back. So let's get them done. Right, so once you've got the front grille off, the LEDs will sit really close and really tight up to the grille. So what I'm going to do is have a look for a bit of silicone glue or adhesive, and I'm going to stick these in. You've got a good bit of space around circuit board to get some glue on them, and then they are silicone front back. So hopefully I can get them to sit really close up to the grill when I put them back together. So let's get that done. All I've decided to do with these is just around the edge of the circuit board, I've gone round with black silicone and stuck them in. And then when I mount these into the light holders, I'm just going to cut some foam so it seals the bottom up and pushes against the LEDs. Not too hard, but just to keep them up against the face of the actual light, because I don't want them falling back inside that. So we'll let all these dry and harden, and then get some foam cut. Right, to fit these in and keep a bit of crap out, so all I'm doing is getting a bit of foam just as wide and about twice as long, squashing the back in, then I'm putting the cable through, and then I'm closing that behind it and just closing the light on it, so it stops the cable rattling around, and this foam will keep the LEDs pushed against if the silicon sealer doesn't hold the lights on. So let's get that done. Right, so that's the 3 top light pods done. So we're going to get them screwed back on. And it's basically exactly the same for the front. On the front of the car, you'll probably find it easier just to screw these 4 out, because I believe you've got to remove the entire front mudguard to get these off. But you'll just have the back place fastened to the car, and you can just thread the lights through and put the foam in and get them on. So let's get them mounted back to the Dragon Hammer body now. Right, so that's as lights fitted on. So now we're going to be working on the inside of it. So we want to bring all these through. Right, so we've got these 3 to go to the front and then find somewhere for them to live. We've got that one that goes to the rear, and then that one turns round and comes back down to the front. So you just want to get this all cable tied up so it's not going to catch anywhere. You don't want it running anywhere near the exhaust, anything where it's going to get too hot or catch. So let's get that in place. And then the front one, I think you're probably going to be better off taking it underneath these and then getting it to drop down somewhere around the front suspension tower, because that one's going to go down to this harness, which is going to come from the front lights. Then you've got that connection for that, and then that one is going to go off into the end of that, and then that one's off to your receiver. So let's get these tidied up. Right, so that's where I've decided to go, just to route it as far out way as possible but not have wires hanging down. Left all the plugs so I can get to them nice and easy. Nothing's too tight on any plugs, so that's nice, it's not going to damage anything. And then I brought it up the inside of that, and then I'm just going to leave this one until I've worked out how much slack we need, or how much we need to get rid of for it to attach to the front harness. So next thing we're going to tackle is getting this one into the receiver box. Right, so quickly I've run the switch wire from channel 4 straight out the back and up here. I've got the disconnect in the middle, and then I've run it across up here so it's not going to catch on anything. I don't want it getting in the steering or anything. And straight round here onto the front harness, run it down underneath there to these 2, and then the top harness will connect forwards, and then I've fastened that on forward on there, so we've got plenty of room. And if I've got this right, we should, yep, so we've got some really bright white lights. And let's quickly get the body on and see what the rest is. Right, so should have quite a bit of light power now, and that's the tail light. Yeah, it's I'm quite impressed with them. So they come with switch as well, and they're definitely bright. They are definitely bright enough. But thanks again for watching Wtf Rc Cars. If you like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. And I'll catch you guys again in the next one.